That's me, sitting there, behind bars, like a ghost. No one visits. If you're wondering how a cat like me ended up in a place like this, well, it didn't happen all at once. It crept up on me, like a bad decision you think won't matter, until it's the only thing that does. Back then, I was just another kid, trying to fit into a world that didn't ask if you were ready for it. I lived on 7th and Lark, where the sun always looked tired, and everyone acted 10 years older than they were. I wasn't tough, not really, but I learned quick how to pretend. Hoodie up, tail low, fake swagger in my walk. That was the currency out here. They called themselves the Claws. Fox, Rocco, Dimebag, names that sounded heavier than they were. I didn't belong, not really, but they let me walk with them. And I mistook that for friendship. I laughed when they laughed, broke things just to feel unbreakable, even sprayed my name on a wall I didn't care about, just so they'd nod at me like I mattered. Mom smelled the danger before I did. Said those kids weren't built for anything but trouble. Dad just looked at me like I was already halfway gone. I told him to chill, said it was just a phase, but deep down I think I knew they were right. I just didn't want to hear it. It started small, snatching candy from shops, breaking into old lots, running when we didn't have to. The adrenaline was the high, and every time I thought about backing out, they'd laugh. Not mean, not cruel, just enough to say, "You in or not?" And I wanted in. That night, Dimebag had this look, like even he didn't know what we were doing. We were supposed to just break in, take a few things, bounce. But it went sideways fast. Alarms screamed, lights hit us like judgment, and just like that, the game was over. Except it wasn't a game anymore. We ran like rats. Not just from the sirens, but from the truth that we weren't invincible. Fox tripped. Rocco split left. Dimebag disappeared. I kept running like it would fix everything, but you can only outrun who you are for so long. They sat us in a row like broken tools, waiting to be judged. The others cracked jokes under their breath, like it didn't matter. But I saw my mom in the back, eyes red, tail limp. She didn't cry. That made it worse. They took our names, our clothes, our lives, handed us numbers like collars. No more hoodies, no more streets, just echoing steps and the sound of time locking itself behind me. That was the moment it hit me. Not during the chase, not in court. Here, where everything felt still. You'd think a cage would bring us closer. It didn't. Fox blamed Rocco. Rocco blamed Dimebag. Me, I stopped talking. Sat at the end of the bench, chewing food I couldn't taste. I didn't hate them. I hated that I ever thought they saw me. Nights are the worst. That's when the noise dies and the truth creeps in. I used to dream big. Fast cars, flashy clothes, city lights. Now I just dream of silence. And my parents' faces. And who I could have been. If I hadn't needed to prove I was somebody. So yeah, that's me. The cat with the fake swagger and the real regrets. People say you change in here, but I don't know if I've changed or just finally stopped pretending.
I used to chase the echo in the streetlights, running from a name I never earned. Painted over cracks with borrowed colors, never saw the road where I turned. But maybe I was always just a shadow, looking for a place to be known, even in the silence.